There we go. All right, see if we can connect with Marina live here. And okay, let's go. I can phone you, or we can go live on Instagram. So I'm just about to go live with Marina. Marina won one of the winners, and she is receiving a 30-minute consultation. She has a list of her questions, and she also received my $10 giveaway from my Amazon PPC budget. So just trying to connect with her right now. I did a video chat. That didn't work. So just trying to connect with her right now. You can get her to give me a call or give me a call. She's a 604, so I'm gonna give her my. She might not want to be on camera, so that's okay. But if I can get her the phone, that will work for me, and I'm sure it will work for her. Yeah, so I mean, I went live yesterday. It was amazing. Didn't go live yesterday. It was the first one out of 15 that I did not go live for. Needed the break, obviously. Had been doing 3 a.m.ers and just needed that extra sleep. All right, here she is. So she's just giving me a call now. Let's go live with her right now. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. How are you? How about you?
I'm great. I'm great. I find.
Are you in Canada?
I am. You're in Vancouver, so I thought I'm in. Are you in Vancouver, right?
No, I'm in Surrey.
You're in Surrey. Okay. Yeah. No, I'm in BC. I'm in. No. I am in. I'm lovely. I'm not far from Metrotown.
Okay. Okay. That's great.
So how have you been?
Can I start now?
Yeah, you bet. Whenever you're ready.
So I am a new seller.
Yeah.
I have my professional account. And you know that I'm gated for most of the products, right? Well, not most, but yeah, I think most, like toys and stuff. But
yeah.
I am thinking to buy wholesale so that I can be ungated for those items. Is that a good move?
It can be. I mean, a lot of people who do wholesale, they aren't ungated, right? So, and when you're doing wholesale, I mean, it just depends on the structure and the volume that you can afford to buy. But it can be a great move. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Are you saying that even if they bought a wholesale, like say I go to a wholesaler of Hasbro as an example.
Yeah.
I bought like minimum order like 50 up to 20,
yeah.
As an example.
Yeah.
And then I ship it to Amazon and then I submitted the invoice. Is there a chance I won't be ungated as well too?
Yeah, I mean, so wholesalers are just a wholesaler in terms of how you can purchase the supply of product, but they're not necessarily the way you can get unbranded for or ungated for the products. With the ungating specifically, you at the end of the day, they want a copy of they want the brand to give you that formal letter approving you as a seller. That's the formal way. So I mean, but what's happening is a lot of people are supplying wholesale invoices and getting ungated with just that. Okay. So it's, if you only supply the wholesale invoice and they still don't ungate you, then obviously you're going to need to go and get, that letter, that approval letter. Certain wholesalers though are also distributors. So check with the wholesaler if they're a distributor and just ask them if they're a distributor and if they can just give you, because you're going to sell on Amazon or you're going to sell online or whatever, if they can give you a brief letter of approval. Lot will. So a lot will. I have a couple of students who do exactly that.
Okay. So what I'm hearing you say is that I have to look for distributors better, right?
Distributors are the key. That's what you need majority of the time, or you need a letter direct from the actual brand itself. Okay.
Thank you.
No problem.
How about do you know a website where like all of the distributors are there, like in one place, like a website like the 𝙤𝙊𝙇𝙄𝙉 as an example for
I mean, I've never really found one that has a website that has, you know, a list of all the different distributors. There are some, if you Google, you know, distributors, there are some people who have put them out there, but I haven't found one that's like useful for me. I just tend to, like, if, for example, if I want to get distributor approval from, say, the brand Arm & Hammer, you have to contact like Procter and Gamble, or you can contact Arm & Hammer's distributors in Canada, which there are, which I did and which I got approved for. So it's just a matter of contacting them. They'll set you up so that you can place wholesale orders or orders direct, and then they'll also send you, you know, again, as long as you're telling them how you're selling the products, and they're okay with you're selling on Amazon, then they'll approve you. And I've done that for a bunch of different brands, you know, where I've just gone direct. So I usually say search for the brand or the website of the brand, and then go through them and just ask them who their distributor is in Canada.
Okay.
And that's all you need.
Okay. Retail arbitrage. You know that now it's I think well, I have few items on my on Amazon right now because it was sold, right?
Yeah.
And I cannot add stuff.
Yeah.
And then they only asked me to restock if for some items.
Yeah.
Now so it means that I cannot really buy other stuff and send it to them, right? Should I like keep on buying and then keep it as my inventory here and then storage and then send it later when everything goes normal-ish?
Yeah. With retail arbitrage now, they're pretty much reopened for everything. So Amazon is accepting most stuff. You know, like 2 weeks ago, we tried to send in probably about 40 different products out of probably about 500 units, and we couldn't. But as of like last week, maybe, or even earlier, all those products were approved. So it shouldn't be an issue now. You should be able to send anything and everything you want. Obviously, it just depends on, you know, if it's necessary to send it or not. but yeah, no, everything should be good.
How do you know that it's approved or not? Like it will go because there's always a note at the bottom that says we only accept this and that. So when you list it, it will allow you to list.
Allow you to list. You know, even if they're not taking it or not, you have to jump on Seller Central. There's two ways you can go through. So if you list it, once you list everything in your inventory, if you go to Seller Central, and I believe, I can't remember what it's called, but there is an actual recommendation section on your Seller Central. And it'll tell you of all the inventory you have listed in your inventory, which ones are allowed, essentially, or they recommend.
Yes.
But you have to list it.
Yes. How about new ones? Like it's not listed before.
Yeah.
Yes.
So new ones that are not in your inventory.
Yes.
The only way to find out is to add it to your inventory. You don't have to buy anything, but just add it to your inventory. And then you do check that list, because once it's in your inventory, then they'll tell you if it can go. The other way is you can always try creating a shipping plan and see if Amazon accepts it into the shipping plan. It's a little bit of a hassle. I wish they made it like a more clear and easier to tell you that like this one you can send in, like without having to do these shipping plans. But the way I do it is I create a shipping plan for it to see if it will go through.
Okay.
Yeah. And,
I'll do that. Okay, I'll just do that. Thank you. So, you know, I have this game because there's a subcategory for toys, right? I was at some point, a few months ago, probably a month or two, I was selling this game, and then I was approved, obviously, and then it was ungated for me, and then suddenly it was gated.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, but the point is,
yeah,
they still sold my stocks. They didn't send it back to me. They sold it.
Yeah.
And they are asking me to restock.
And you're gated.
Well,
like
I scanned the new, because it was listed already, right?
Yeah.
They did not remove it from my listing.
Yeah.
I was selling it before, and then but when I scan a new item, like when the same item, I just scan the barcode.
Yeah.
It will says it needs approval.
Right. So it might be a different barcode, and I would check that. Like, for example, Hatchimals, that toy. And this is common with most products, like most toys that gate their stuff, they're gating their new stuff. You know, like the 2020 version of the product. But their older stuff, like their vintage stuff or 3 years old or whatever, that stuff is not gated. So most only care about their new stuff, their new releases, all that kind of thing.
Okay.
Like if you did Frozen 3 years ago, it's ungated. If you did Frozen now, it's gated, right? So you can always find stuff for each that are gated or ungated. I would check the UPC code to see if they're the same. You know, the toy might be the same, but they might have changed the actual, you know, a little bit of a variation. So
yeah, maybe it's the new barcode. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But bottom line. Say for example, it's the same. I don't know yet. I don't know because I don't have a stat here.
Yeah.
Just in the future, this is like your opinion, and I'm just a disclaimer for you.
Sure.
I will just what are your thoughts about this? Should I continue sending? Because you're asking me to restock. I cannot. Should I buy?
I
send it.
I would buy. I would. This is what I would do. As long as the product is the same, I would send it in under my old listings.
Yeah. Well, actually, I did try, I think, last month to send two. Because, you know, it's easy to, like, if I lose, it's okay, because I just bought it for, like, $2.
Yes.
And then it's still exalted, but then again, they're asking me for 12.
More. Yeah. That's hilarious. That's so funny. You know, a lot of times if you do and you send it in, I mean, you'll get, if ultimately it's restricted and you have a listing and for whatever reason they're asking you for more, and but if it is a restricted one, it'll stop you in your shipping plan part. At the end of the day, it'll stop you right there.
Exactly, right?
You know,
that's what I thought. This is so strange.
Yeah. I have a funny feeling it's probably just a new barcode or slight variation on your scan.
I will check that. I will verify that.
Yeah.
So I'm also working on product research. The reason why I'm doing a retail arbitrage because I met this wall of product research thing that's so difficult for me to find a good product that, you know, evergreen and like it's difficult. So what are the tools and that you can recommend, like best tools as these days for product research? I have 𝘿𝙊𝙆.
Yeah. I
have keyword denominator. I have 𝑘𝑒𝑖𝑠𝑎𝑙. Okay.
And I'll be honest with you. Ever since when I've only been an Amazon seller for 4 years.
Wow.
But I've been a private label seller for 4 years, and that's where I put all of my time and energy into. And we do retail arbitrage more for fun. I do it for my wife so that she doesn't have to go to work anymore. So she just does that, and we source inventory. But I do private label, and I've grown really rapidly. But I've only ever used one product, and that's been Jungle Scout. So, and I use their web app and their Chrome extension for Jungle Scout. It really, for me, I mean, I use that one tool. I've found maybe about 10 private label products that I sell from that tool specifically. a lot of the private label products I find, I do my research on my own. I'll be on, you know, sites like Alibaba or DHgate or Made in China, wherever, it doesn't matter. And I'll just, I'll do a lot of their best inventory recommendations, you know, and I'll just start running my numbers. I use the tool more to vet what I find.
Okay.
And then I use like my retail arbitrage inventory. I use that inventory to go, okay, well, that is a hot seller. Can I sell it private? Can I make my own listing?
Yeah.
But I've only ever used Jungle Scout for my tool. So.
Okay. So okay. Do you still recommend going to China to source out products, or because to me, personally, I don't want to go there. It's not because you know, I just want to like find suppliers in Canada or US, but you know the price, right?
Yeah.
But considering the shipment costs and stuff, I think they're just the same. They will just. But I just here I want to make sure that it's quality. I'm not saying that it's not good quality in China, but here it's easy to like. I'm here. I can just call them and easy to talk to, right? Yeah. So, do you still recommend going to China?
I do. It's probably a third of the opportunity. I mean, you're gonna find that if you do, you're gonna find more opportunities that other people won't. It's like selling in restricted categories. You know, most of the sellers are in the unrestricted categories when they're first starting, and it's only a little bit that that do the work to get unrestricted and then start selling in these categories that other sellers aren't in. It's the same thing. Most of the sellers are sourcing the same inventory from China that you will if they're not going there, or if they're not, you know, they're just using the just traditional tools or online. But as soon as you go there, you're going to find there's going to be half of the inventory that are not. You know, like the availability, the cost, it's easier to negotiate it. So Canton Fair is probably the most amazing fair ever for private label sellers and stuff like that. So it is valuable to go there. I don't know what it's like in this day and age, but I'm certain once, you know, everything's kind of semi back to normal, it's worth the trip to do it. The mid row is making sure that you phone. Like a lot of people don't phone and they're just trying to work through messaging each other. But if you're good on the phone and you're good at calling, that's also a great way to you know, kind of halfway there.
For items that I cannot sell online, and going back to retail arbitrage, I think this is my last question.
No problem.
Do you recommend FBM?
I don't at all. I don't do it. I do it a little bit when I get, so when I do it out of necessity. It's kind of like eBay. If one of my products is gated or got restricted, I may research for it on Amazon under another listing for FBM and resell it under an FBM and ship it out myself. But I don't. I just don't like the work involved.
Because I sent one of my textbook, I think December.
Yeah.
And it's an expensive textbook, right?
Yeah.
So I sold it for like 290.
Wow.
So I cannot send it to Amazon for, I don't know what's the reason, but I can't send it to them. And the DSR is too high.
Okay.
So I just list it and then like I'll do FBM. Oh my God, the FBM, the cost of the shipment I spent, I paid $60.
Wow.
Because I need to send. It has to. It's December, right?
Yes.
So, it has to reach the buyer by 24th.
Yeah.
And so to make the story short, I thought they have Amazon you can still use the Amazon discounted rates for shipping items.
Yeah.
And when I called sellers, the help desk in Amazon, they said it's only for working in Canada. So so I paid $60.
Yeah.
Obviously, I thought I won, but I didn't.
Yes, of course.
So,
yeah.
So it's okay, but I should have.
You don't know until you actually get there, and once it's sold, it's like you can't go backwards. You got to ship it, and you got to eat the loss if there's a loss.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing. They don't do the deep discount pricing if you're not in Canada at all for fulfillment by merchant.
Right.
What shipper did you use?
I'm sorry.
What
UPS.
shipping? UPS, yeah. UPS is ridiculous for shipping products. I discovered that too. That was another reason why I stopped doing FBM like right away. in the very beginning, I tried it, and found the shipping was just ridiculous costs.
Yeah.
It wasn't until a couple years later I discovered, like, oh, shipping through Canada Post is actually cheaper. Like, there were some other viable lower cost shipping methods for distance. Like, I was shipping printers to like Nunavut for like $50, like big printers too. So I found that affordable, whereas UPS wanted to charge me like 120 or whatever. So yeah, I just don't bother. I'm like, okay, if Amazon doesn't want to fulfill for me, I'm not selling the product, you know. But most of my inventory comes from China, so, and everything I do in advance. I figure out with Amazon if it can go, if I can do FBA, if I can, you know, create a shipping plan, all that type of stuff, right? So yeah. No,
thank you. That's all.
Those are great questions. Oh my God, you were so prepared. That was awesome.
Yeah, thank you. I'm really glad I wanted. You know, you have this. I know that you're winning. You're saying about people want this and that. But I didn't know that the first one to call should be you know. Yes. Yeah. I
usually say within the minute if you have your notifications on and blah blah blah, and then you win chicken dinner. And you get my $10 budget or whatever.
I really like. I thought, should I give this a donation or what? Let's enjoy it for now.
Yeah, go source a toy with it. That's so funny. That's awesome. It's so nice to meet you.
Yeah. Awesome. Hopefully I can like meet you like on the hallway or somewhere, or like, you know,
definitely
down maybe.
Definitely. I plan to do a meetup. You know, we'll do a social distancing meetup, and I'll send you a text message or something like that.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Marina. Awesome.
Right.
And I'll talk to you later and have a great one. Enjoy the rainy day in Vancouver and Surrey.
Okay, I'll try. Okay.
Okay, bye. Well, there you go. That was a 20-minute call with Marina. That was fun. I enjoyed that. She had some great questions. She's doing some great things. It sounds like she's doing retail arbitrage. She's killing it. She's doing book sales, tick sales. She is doing, she's looking into wholesale. You know, and a lot of people are. Wholesale right now, I think, is having, you know, in the US, it's a bigger business for a lot of sellers. Right now in Canada, I don't know that there's a lot of wholesale sellers. I'd have to look into that. I have a friend, Graziano, who actually does Amazon as well. Close friend. I'm going to ask him because he does wholesale. So I'm going to ask him about his wholesale business. Maybe I can bring him on to the channel and we can do a collab and talk a little bit more about wholesale with Brian Graz. And yeah, so that was a great call with Marina, and she was the winner of one of my Amazon pay-per-click giveaways, my Amazon advertising budget giveaways. So she won herself $10, which she didn't really care about. She's like, oh, I care more about the consultation. So hopefully I was able to answer some of her questions. She had a lot of good questions. Took up only about 20 minutes of my time, and definitely use up the whole 30 minutes if you can. I've had a bunch of these. These have always been fun. And so we're going to keep doing these contests, and we're going to keep helping entrepreneurs win. Growth, like I say, growth happens right now. So if you're not selling on Amazon, make sure that you start your Amazon FBA journey, because it is the way to make money while you're doing other things. And nothing wrong with generating an extra $100,000 income stream while you're vacationing, or while you're working your 9 to 5, or while you're playing with your kids. Whatever it is you want to do, this is a great way to generate that income stream, because all you have to do is get product to Amazon. That's it. That really honestly is all you have to do. Anyone can do it. If you've ever gone grocery shopping, if you've ever gone to, you know, a grocery store and you've spent an hour or two in there shopping for products for yourself, there is no difference in shopping for products for Amazon. The only thing that you would do is you would just scan the products with the tools that Amazon provides you. And then when you find stuff, you just have to be upfront. Your you're providing the upfront capital. So if you have an extra $100, or if you can match your grocery bill and you can spend $300, and you can find $300 worth of inventory, bring it home, put it in your living room, then just figure out how you actually put it in a box, label it, put it in a box, and ship it to Amazon. You know, you'll create a shipping plan. You'll have an Amazon platform or Amazon account. You'll create a shipping plan. You'll throw some stickers on it. Then you'll pack it in a box and you'll ship it to Amazon. That's it. That is it for the most part. There are some minor tweaks that you have to do. Make sure your prices, obviously, matching the best price out there. Maybe run an ad if you want. That's optional. That's it. Then once that inventory is there, that $300 that you spent while you were grocery shopping, or while you were in a Walmart, or while you were at a Sport Check, or while you were shopping for yourself, once that inventory is at Amazon, that's it. Now you're doing what you do anyway. You're living your life, but now Amazon is selling your products for you, and shipping that product to the customers for you, and paying you. You'll see sales, and you'll see your pay, your profit every day, every second something sells. You'll see that you've made money. So it's an absolutely fabulous thing, and I think you know, if it were easy, everyone would be doing it. It is easy, and still everyone doesn't do it because everyone doesn't necessarily know. I think what holds people back is starting. That's usually the challenge for most people, or having a reason, or just being, you know, for me, if I have a goal, no matter what it is, the only reason I'm going to start is if I'm dissatisfied with where I'm at, or if I talk myself into it enough, or if I'm disappointed with where I am. you know, there's got to be a motivating factor, almost a fear factor. You know, I always say, feel embarrassed if you haven't reached or achieved your goal. When I put goals out there, you know, like my goal of reaching 100 live streams within 100 days, part of it is telling people I'm going to do it. I'm telling you guys I'm going to do it. I'm committing to you guys I'm going to do it. I want you guys to unsubscribe to my channel if I don't do it. I want to feel embarrassed, and really that's my ultimate catalyst, is the embarrassment I convince myself that I'll feel if I don't do it. I'll just feel embarrassed. I'll probably never go back on YouTube again, because look, if I can't commit to something, but if I can't actually be a powerful source of information, like, yeah, he says what he does what he says, he follows through, he completes what he does, this guy is credible. If I can't be a credible, reliable resource for you guys, and I'm putting out all this stuff and I fail, then it only means failure for you guys. And for me, that would disappoint me. I would be embarrassed. And so my goal is, no matter what it is that I want to achieve, I'm always putting an image up somewhere. People are asking me, well, what's that picture of? Why do you have a Corvette on your steering wheel? That's because I want to buy it. And that right there is that credible confirmation, me telling somebody, holding myself accountable, and then telling somebody what my plan is, and then dating it. I can say I want to buy it, but if I don't say a date, I can always have excuses. Well, I wasn't going to buy it until 2030 or 2040 or whatever the case may be. So, but if I date it and I say, I'm going to buy that by Christmas time 2020, then that is holding myself accountable to the people that I told. Because, you know, they're going to come back to me and say, where's your Corvette? You doing this Amazon thing? Where's your Corvette? Where's all that money you're making? You're doing all that. What's up? Right? So you're always going to feel embarrassed if you don't come through and pull through. And that embarrassment is ultimately my reason for succeeding at a lot of different things. I just don't want that embarrassment for my family, for myself. I want to be credible. I want to be credible. I want the information that I'm saying to be taken as, that's credible. He's accurate. Let me give it a go. That's my goal. That's always been my goal. So That was a fantastic stream. We are at the 30-minute mark. I thought I'd use the last 10 minutes of Marina's stream here and put it up. All right, guys. Oh, nice. I put this on my kids' channel. Nice going. Maybe I can download this later. All right. Coach Respect, the wise guy on YouTube.